Hey, Nick with Plumbing Direct Services. Today we're going to change an angle stop. So this kind here, if you have this in your home, get rid of these immediately. These are flood causers, right? So one piece angle stop supply combo. This is just made out of like kind of cheap copper, but it's super thin. All right, so check it out. Here we're gonna do one right here. So we've got one on the toilet. Let's see if I can set this up where you can see tools you're gonna need. You can use this. This is kind of a special wrench. Hold on. Flips open, goes around the perfect size for the nut and the angle stop, and you with that, you got this guy, little dumbbell, and it screws right onto threads of this new angle stop right on top. I'll show you how that works. But if you don't have that, a couple pairs of either channel lock, crescent wrench, something like that will work. So, crescent wrench. And we're also going to need, for this operation, pencil reamer. Most of these residential guys have not reamed that copper out. You want one of these. Grit cloth. You're going to clean that copper up once we get the old stop off. And a little bit of pipe dope. Now this one's been rolling around in the back of the van. It's a little nasty, but pipe joint compound. If you're buying it from the store, we call it pipe dope in the plumbing world. Okay, so, one last thing. I have special tools to take these old angle stops off. This guy little here, we're gonna take that, you see how it's got that notch in there? So that will go over the back of the nut, and when we screw that in, it will drive that nut off of the pipe. If you don't have that, sometimes they're loose enough, you can take a pair of channel locks, grab the nut, and just kind of back and forth, work it back. With a little pressure applied backwards, it works pretty well. Or you can cut the pipe if you have enough sticking out of the wall that you can cut it back. Okay, so let's see if we can set this up at all. Kind of see what I'm doing. Looks like you can. Perfect. So first things first, we're going to, right here, undo it from the toilet. Now we're on the bottom floor. Make sure you've got the water off when you're doing this process. That's probably number one step. House water's off, you drain the house water. So, screw and screw and screw. Okay, got the nut off. Now we might get a little bit of water. I have a vacuum behind me. Yep, there's a little bit, right? I barely popped it. Water. So, take the vacuum, it's going to get noisy. And right as I pop this down, I'll have the vacuum there to catch the water. So we got most of the water out. Here, grab your crescent wrench. If you've got, if you don't have this tool, just use two of these. Or one of these and a channel lock, right? This is the old one. We don't care if we make marks on it. Taking it out. I'm going to snap around this back nut, and we'll take we're going to turn it first. Let's make it easier to get it to a spot that we can actually get the crescent wrench on there. And then, just like that, loosen up. Now that it's loose, see, we can just take a hand back here, unscrew the nut by hand. Now, right before you do this, you might need your vacuum again. As soon as you take this off of here, it's going to be more water, most likely. And, yep, a little bit. Now, it's not going to squirt you too much more. You shove a rag down here, catch the rest. So we don't want to wait all day. So here's that cool tool. Slide it. This is called a ferrule puller. Slide it behind the nut. That little knob there goes inside the copper. Fits just right. Take our drill. And you now have the ferrule and the nut pulled completely off the pipe. There. See ya. Alright, taking our grit cloth, we're going to clean this up. So right here you want to look on your copper, make sure there's not like big gouges into the pipe. This one's pretty smooth, looks good. So we're going to clean it up underneath. Want that old nasty escutcheon off of there. Wrong tool. Now it's stuck. There we go. Just barely get behind it. Grab it. Yank that sucker off. Don't need that anymore. It's gross. So, clean it up. Brand new escutcheon. You're gonna put it on backwards first, just a tiny bit. Make sure that it'll fit. Boom. Slide her on. Now we take our angle stop and so I've already got some of that pipe joint inside of here in the threads. So what you want to do ahead of time, unscrew this, put some pipe joint in those threads. Just a tiny bit. And all it is a lubricant. Don't fool yourself, it's not actually sealing anything. So my tool holds on to this, so it's really cool. You can hold on to it with like this and then have another one on the nut. It's fine. put that guy on there. Flip our tool on. Nice and straight. You're putting inward pressure towards the wall so it stays seated all the way back on the pipe. Give it a few cranks. Should make sure it's straight. When you're done, it will be pretty tight, so you really hold on to this. It's tight. I can't move it. And there you have it. There is one newly installed replaced angle stop. So it's not that hard. There's a little bit to it though. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, feel free, give us a call, 253-405-9653, and I'll come do them for you. Have a good day.